Boy, that's a very lovely machine. I remember seeing that now.
Meeting that was sponsored by Bilstein, don't know if it still is. Anyway, let's not worry about that, let's worry about the lights, because Lottie's got a red flag in front of these boys and girls at the moment. She's saying, watch those lights. So the revs rise, the anticipation rises, we get ready to go, and the lights are out and away we go. Pole position makes an absolute flyer, second's very slow off the line. I can see the machine of wood making a decent start there as well. They charge off towards the first corner. Richie's is well known around here. Through we go. Let's have a look. They get through there safely. Cold tyres, a lot of power, a lot of enthusiasm. Now we've got a green flag at the back of the 600s. We'll watch them get away. Now here come the 1000s into Montreal for the first time. Are they going to wait just a moment till they get round? No, the 600s are about to get off. Just keeping an eye on the 1000s. Looks like they're all safely through Montreal. Wilson, sorry. Off we go on the 600s, and I'll tell you what, the flying start there, I think that might well have been Paul Bloomfield who made the flyer there, mate, and Bloomfield's not a name we've seen here, so I wonder if he's a local specialist.
Yeah, could well be. The man who got the good start there in the 1000 you mentioned was number 87, Dan Chamberlain. Now, Dan Chamberlain, he's on a GSXR 750. I believe that's around about a 16, 17-year-old bike, but it's a GSXR 750 and not a 1000 that Dan Chamberlain's on. Now, will that extra displacement of the chasing riders, it may be a bit difficult for him to defend that lead down the straight?
It could well be. No, I do remember racing a GSXR 750 against some R1s back in the day when they're both primo bikes, and the R1s definitely had that little bit of an edge, particularly on the long straight. Our local man Bloomfield, Manningtree, I've got a feeling that's not a million miles from here. I'm sure I've seen it on a map somewhere. Maybe I'm going to be completely wrong. It doesn't really matter, but clearly knows how to hook up here at Snetterton. We'll wait and see if he can maintain that pace throughout the race.
Very hard on the brakes there.
Something, yeah, no, absolutely, no.
They're heading around Palmer's now. They do have something on the bank there, but they'll burst back into view as they head towards Agostini's. But it is Ben Wood ahead of the 87 of Dan Chamberlain, and they are 4 seconds up the road from the 666 machine of Nathan Thompson.
Come out all Agos for the second time, yeah, as you said. Big machine leading the slightly slower machine in theory at least, because I tell you what, he's not giving away too much. He's only giving away about 8 bike lengths or so, but then he's got a good 2 or 3 seconds between himself and the next of the runners and riders. Looking back at the 600s then, unfortunately gets very awkward with the 2 classes in, and it is, let's see, 600s leading is Bloomfield from Lord, Mason and Hickmont. So it is indeed Paul Bloomfield who leads the way, the man from Manningtree. Mason there, and Cannons, did we say Cannons is up there? Yeah, he's in 5th place, so looking good there. Matty Mason, the pole position man, currently running in 3rd place. Let's see, separating these top ones, first and second anyway. But Matty Mason already dropped back by about a second and a half, so that goes as well. Not quite sure what has happened, but it's like somebody off the bike on the exit now, looking at where the bike is placed. We'll have to wait and see who does a triple timing beam over the back there. Tripping the timing beam over the back, and the fastest one of all at the moment is Dan Chamberlain. Wood, we won't have a time on, of course, because we're waiting for the new timing beam to catch up with him.
Dan Chamberlain
yeah, so the former leader, Mr. Wood, and Ben Wood on Chamberlain.
Yeah, not sure what happened to
definitely there to be fair, because he's showing 4 minutes 19, so a little bit of a
about to say, Dan Chamberlain, I don't think I mentioned it already, but he is new to road racing, but he isn't new to racing in general.
No.
He is, of all things, a former British champion in sidecar motocross as a passenger.
Yeah, that's, well, funny enough, I was talking to a former motocross person who was also doing sidecar racing for the first time this weekend, and yeah, it's interesting how he's saying how difficult it is to be a sidecar passenger. So I can't imagine being a sidecar passenger off-road. That must be just multiplied by a huge factor, I would have thought.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've seen them. After the race weekend,
timing beam out the back there, we're still not getting any split time on Wood, so he's showing those new homers Thompson being in second, but we're pretty sure it's Wood who is running in second, but he's a fair way behind. Here comes Chamberlain then again to the line. That's a very comfortable lead indeed after only 3 laps. I'm not quite sure what the gap will be there. Wood over the line, and again it could be a bit of a post-race sort out there, but it is a fast lap there actually for Wood. He's done a 2:02, so that gives us an idea of where we're at. The lap record here, but so we're a long way from lap record there. Yeah, the name Dixon gives it a bit of a clue there, doesn't it? Dixon's the track, that's for sure. Okay, 600's then over the line as well, and it is still Paul Bloomfield. Between those two. Next up in third place, over the line last time, was Aaron Hickman. Now Aaron's actually done a great job because he qualified down in 7th place. Go on, mate.
I want to mention that the Liverpool who was our pole position man in the 600s. I believe it could well be
there you go. Yep, no, right now the timing beam has corrected itself, so we do indeed have Ben Wood on the screen showing us about right there. He's got the fastest lap of the race at the 2:02.6, but as we say, about 5 seconds ahead. Another name that I don't recognise as well, I heard you mention him in you're running through the grid there, is Scott Lemon. That's another new name.
Yeah, you could be right there. Let's have a look at the championship standing. General, go on.
Manning trees in it.
Oh, dear, yeah, you're right.
The second time this weekend, we believe that was Ian qualified this morning, brought out the red flags aside, but we'll worry about that when we get down to the So, where's our leader running around now? He's going to be coming around for the last lap flag. Now,
Right
there we
on
go.
cue.
Right on cue. Thank you very much indeed, Dan. We appreciate that. Ben Wood. Now, Ben closed in on him. Ben made that earlier mistake. Seconds. But Bradley went around about 2 seconds quicker than Dan Chamberlain. So I think have a good lap here. And Ben Wood can keep up the pressure. And we do know that potentially there's a wonder, Thompson and Mastana change places on the lap. Third place there. Back, Lemon's way back really. 600, there we go, sure enough, starting opposing some of the faster thousands. And Alex Iani, I wonder if Alex is struggling with that wrist issue that he had after the Pembrey crash. There's both Bloomfield, Paul Bloomfield, and James Bloomfield. Next one, 600, that's Harry. Third, so he's definitely, again, I wonder if we're seeing what we saw with the YPMs, where of course they went on a slightly tricky track this morning. You did mention there was a big gap in qualifying, so that could well be the tyre thing. At least tyre choice is easy at the moment, isn't it, Bradley?
Yeah, you're right there. You can say you'd be a fool to go out there on anything but slicks. But I was having a look at Arlindo Pastana as well. He did the second time in qualifying. He's in the 4th place in the rookie thousands. But the race leaders are heading down the back straight, and that's where Ben Wood will make a majority of his time. That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so that of course does give us a slight disadvantage. We've got a 1:21.5 for Wood, which is not as fast as second time, but it's actually 21.9, which is 4 tenths of a second slow. Sector, as opposed to second sector, so it's less than that. So I don't think he's going to be able to have enough in the tank, right?
They're just coming across the line now. 1.5 seconds was the gap at the line there. So Dan Chamberlain then does take the race win. It's his 7th race win. Ahead of Ben Wood by 1.4 seconds. Wood with the fastest lap of the race on that final lap, and it seems as though he made up all the time in that second sector. He did 40.5 seconds in that final sector compared to the 41 planned for Chamberlain and Arlindo. Not showing is actually.
Okay, so I'm using a few different names. I remember the name from somewhere in the Pistana. He's from Crawley, so he's definitely not a local man, but a local friend. Yeah, that's what it might be, of course. Yeah,